massive developers. Dave Perry, who's actually working with Hollywood. So if you got a Woody for Hollywood, bring Dave in. Dave's actually doing stuff that's good for the industry with Hollywood. He's actually getting Hollywood and the game industry to go together. Or is it Tara Reid? Is it having her stand in front of your logo? And for the sake of argument here, having her say, I love the PlayStation on 2 or 3 television shows, which is great free advertising. It comes with a celebrity backing. I'm assuming all that's going to happen. Well, it's obvious what Sony thinks. 2 different colored backgrounds. These photos are from 2 different parties. EA loves her. Nintendo loves her. The whole fucking world loves her. What are they getting? Everybody wants to do this. I think she didn't make the Xbox party. And you know, this picture kind of got me. Paris Hilton, star of our favorite video. She's got an Xbox box, right? How many games do you think are in there? How many developers in this room have had a hard time getting enough games to give out to their development staff? They probably had 500 people at this party. They each got 3 games. What? It doesn't make any sense. This one kills me, the next one. This is the True Crime premiere. Now, I actually went to this. Technically, I believe it was the soundtrack premiere. But, come on. Without the game, you don't have a soundtrack. This is the best celebrity photo I could get. Mark Wahlberg was there. I was there. I snuck in with some press people, not that I was invited. But Bright Riley is what they got standing in front of the box. She's happy. She's there. Executive producer of the soundtrack. They invited the development team. This one is extra bad because it's actually for the game, not just the brand. The day before, 5 invites. You can come if you want. Red card. That one's worse than all the others. I can't take that. Red card. Total red card for Activision. All right. This isn't effective. All right, Tara Reid's place is in a game. I am not anti-Hollywood. I am not anti-celebrity. I love that shit. I want to bring Hollywood into our games. Tara Reid will help sell games. And sometime in the future, if she doesn't find out about this talk, I might work with her. But if you give her free booze, you're going to watch her pass out. She did that 2 weeks ago at one of these parties, by the way. Got carried out on someone's shoulder. Introduce her to the talent. You might get her inspired. And if you get her inspired, you'll get it in there. And that street credibility from her talking about it and the plugs she does on TV will come out a lot more naturally. See Rise to Honor. Jet Li may not be the best celebrity in the world, but that's the right thing to do. And that's the PD department. That's PD getting involved with celebrity. And hey, it's Sony. The same company gets it and doesn't get it at the same time. We need more of that. The tragedy here is that instead of strengthening the industry by promoting our talent and getting our talent mixed with Hollywood talent, we're weakening it by making us look like a vodka industry. I talk to celebrities. I live in Hollywood. They have 1,000 of these parties all the time. It's a market of identical product. They know this. They know that Hollywood needs them. And this is a direct quote. Everybody at the party is a bunch of fawning suck-ups. That's a quote from a celebrity who goes to these parties. They're not interested in PR people. They know why PR people are there. PR people are there for a specific purpose, to get something from them. Talent speaks to them. It's very different. When somebody stands in front of them that does an art, and they're interested in games, they say, this person does something interesting. This person's like me. That's how to get them involved in the industry. The stark contrast in the attention is just a surface blemish. This is not a talk about parties. But the cancer underneath is shown by the treatment at these surface, very, very, it's petty, lack of invite parties. There are a million ways in which we're disrespected. Some of my favorite, trying to take developer logos off the box. And what is that? The idea that a publisher logo long-term can mean something is crap. Universal Studios makes crap and cream. I said that. The same is true of EA and Sony and Activision. And that's the correct thing for a publisher to do. The idea that something like EA Big means something to when you make so many games from so many different developers, I'm sorry, it's not going to get bought by the people out there. It's just, that's not the way that you sell games. It's so endemic. When we started working 10 years, 20 years ago in the video game industry, we were a bunch of kids from the basement. We had no talent creating logos and stuff. We worked with pixels. So it made sense for the PR departments to design our logos. I'm hiring, $1 million a year guys now from design firms. I'm hiring guys that are unbelievable artists from Disney and elsewhere. And yet they don't even let them look at the logo. Because the idea is the developer could never work on that. That's not something the developer knows. That's not something the developer can do. How can they do the box? We're an industry that spends millions of dollars on advertising and has some of the, worst advertising of any industry. They take talent that they have around them that's free, and the PR and marketing departments step back and they go and find cheaper consulting work to do that. And it's because they honestly don't get it. They don't understand the talent that they're working with. Video games are a talent business. This is very important. Product development is the talent, not the PR and marketing departments. The question is who should be in charge, and this is why we have this problem. The reason that PR and marketing departments are so important in industries that are packaged goods is because they're the talent. They really are. If Evian does better one year, it's because their PR people and their marketing, they're doing a better job. Publicity's, they're lining up the better people. They are making the brand work. They should be in charge in those industries. And it's obvious why in our industry, the PR and marketing department try to separate themselves out, and they try to go directly to celebrities in Hollywood. It keeps them in charge. It keeps the power with them. It makes absolute sense. So that's why even when I call up, because a friend of mine who is a big list celebrity says, I want to be in that party, can you help me? And I call the PR department. The PR department goes, I'm sorry, we're not adding anyone to the list. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for a celebrity you want, but that's my celebrity. And if my celebrity goes to the party, he's already attached to me. The power shifts. They want the power. Went the wrong way. PR and marketing departments in our industry are not the power. I'm going to make this very quick. 2 planes take off. One has the entire PR and marketing department in the industry in it. Another one has the entire product development. PR and marketing department goes down. Games get on the shelf a few months late. We might actually improve the quality of the PR and marketing. That was me. That's not true. But it would happen pretty quickly. It would happen pretty quickly because PR and marketing people are trained. They come from the toy industry. They come from other industries. They're marketing stuff. That's what they do. And they're good at it a lot of the time. But they're also a lot of them. And they can sell one thing. They can sell other things. They move around all the time. The development plane goes down. Top 300 people in our industry. Let's just take it like that. Think of the damage. 1,000 people in our industry go down. I think it's a decade before we get good games again. Because it's not written down anywhere. It's still not trained in schools that well. The stuff that's in our heads is invaluable. And that's the difference. Water is water. The water guy dies, you get a new water guy. That's why the PR is so important in that industry. The brand, that shit doesn't change for decades. Right? It's not like that in our industry. They're not the talent. And that gives us power. If the business doesn't change, talent suffers. Okay, this is important. Why does it matter if I don't get invited to a party? Why does it matter if my name's not on the box? Why does all of this matter? I'm an economics major. That's what I did. It's all inefficient, the way we run things. As long as the publishers can blur who's responsible for the success of our products, it's impossible to assess the true value of the contributors. And what that basically does is it keeps the idea that brand matters going. Because nobody knows who actually does any game. It's not publicized very well. So when they say our brand matters, our games sell well, you can't really pick it apart. The same is true team versus team. There are bad teams, bad development teams, and good development teams. And in a competitive market with everybody's name out front and everybody screaming, I did it, yes, bad teams are going to fall away and the good teams are going to rise. But I think that's fair, and I also think that's healthier, not only for developers, because the ones that fall away send their talented people that for whatever reason didn't gel back into the industry. But it's also good for the publishers, because they get better product. And it prevents the talented from pushing the financial envelope upward. That's the bottom line. It hurts us, because nobody knows who we are. So when we go into a new publisher, they don't get it. They don't know where the value is. It's very confusing. You got a 20-person company and one person leaves. Is that company still intact? Publishers, this is a nightmare for them. They can't figure it out. I want to know who those 20 people are, or I at least want to know who the 6 most important are in that company. Then I know if one of them left, then I say, how's your art direction going to happen? How's this going to happen? The guy's gone. I want to know who's in those companies. Individual versus individual. We've hid behind this egalitarian team idea too long. It's hurting us, guys. People magazine doesn't want to interview Naughty Dog. They want to interview a person. You have to put your face out there. Because if you don't put your face out there, there's nobody to talk to. My team has an incredible amount of continuation in the staff. We don't lose many people. I am one of the most vocal, face camera type guy, just get my face out there guys in the industry. But they know When I do well, when I go to France and they say, oh, this is a Jason Rubin game, and they do know me as Jason Rubin in France because Sonny Earp's a little more enlightened.